Hello, Scaredy Cats! Welcome to Jump Scare, the weekly show where I bring you guys into the frightening world of horror. I'm Cierra Caballero, your host. He has a career that has expanded 150 films and many stage plays. His legacy has made a huge impact on the horror genre, and he has filled the shoes of the Frankenstein monster and the raps of the mummy. You know him as Boris Karloff. Well, he wasn't always Boris Karloff. He was born as William Henry Pratt, November 23rd, 1887. He attended King's College London, where he originally studied a career in the British government's consular service. However, he dropped out of university to move to Canada, where he soon fell into acting after working various odd jobs. He began his theatrical career in Canada, where his stage name, Boris Karloff, was born. There are many rumors of where his namesake came from, including the 1920 Drums of Jeopardy and the 1915's The Rider, but these proved to be quite impossible since he was around before these happened. What we do know is that Karloff changed his name in order to prevent any embarrassment to his family, who he did not reunite with until returning to Britain to film The Ghoul in 1933. He performed various stage productions, including The Lark, The Linden Tree, and quite famously, Arsenic and Old Lace. Soon he switched to Hollywood films, most notably silent ones, including The Masked Rider in 1919, and then later starred in the 1932 Best Picture, Five Star Fine. One normal day, in the studio commissary, he had a chance encounter with James Whale. According to Karloff, and this is a quote from The Monsters Show from David J. Scow, "Then, one day, I was sitting in the commissary at Universal, having lunch and looking rather well turned out. I thought when a man sent a note over to my table asking if I'd like to audition for the part of a monster." After this encounter, of course, Karloff was chosen for the role of the Frankenstein monster, a role that will propel him to stardom. Karloff would later go on to star in The Mummy, Old Dark House, and The Mask of Fu Manchu. I've seen that film. It's ridiculous. He reprised his role as the Frankenstein monster in both Bride of Frankenstein and The Son of Frankenstein. Besides horror, he also starred in 1932's Scarface, where he famously got shot down. He also starred in Tower of London and later Target, and The Crimson Cult, which was his last film appearance. Quick facts about Boris Karloff. Are you ready? Countdown. Karloff narrated the made-for-television animated film How the Grinch Stole Christmas. His favorite actor was George Kennedy. Boris Karloff was one of the founders of the Screen Actors Guild. He was the union's 9th member. After the grueling hours of makeup used to make him look like the Frankenstein monster, he realized the importance of safety for all of the actors. He was the original inspiration for the first illustrations of the Incredible Hulk. I believe that's pretty believable to me. That's pretty cool. I think if you actually look at the Hulk, you can kind of see the similarities. And can you believe when Boris Karloff died, his obituary in the New York Times didn't even feature a picture of him as the Frankenstein monster, but of Glenn Strange in full makeup. Oops. I would not want to be the guy who wrote that obituary. Well, Boris Karloff was also not invited to the premiere of Frankenstein. His name wasn't even in the opening credits, it was just a question mark. This was used as a marketing gimmick, which obviously worked. Any interesting facts about Karloff that I'm missing? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to learn more about him. Well, that's it for this week's Jump Scare. Let us know in the comments below what your favorite Boris Karloff film is, and if there's any any interesting facts that I may have missed in this episode, be sure to like and subscribe to the PNTV channel on YouTube and ding that bell, and of course, give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And check out our Patreon page for extra content like behind the scenes and how this very show is made. And learn how you can support PopNerdTV. And of course, a huge special thanks goes to our sponsor, Famous Monsters of Filmland. And don't forget to check out their convention coming up May 26th through 28th at the Sheraton Dallas Hotel and Convention Center. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends.